Good evening, Africa. Welcome to Unique to Africa. Once more, we are still in Gaborone, and as you know, we go around Africa speaking to the best minds and entrepreneurs who are involved in different aspects of business and all businesses. We try to get into the roots of the type of businesses they do, what challenges they face, and if they're also looking for entrepreneurs to invest in their businesses. Today, we are sitting with Weitu Ngobo Amanzi. She is also a resident of Cameroon, and she's going to introduce herself and also tell us exactly what she does. So, good evening and nice to have you on the show.
Nice to meet you. I'm feeling so shy. But anyway,
All right, can you can you
hi.
can you tell Africa who you are and what you do? Okay? Yeah,
Where does
it's okay to take a deep breath.
you
It's understandable.
where do you start? Because
Yeah.
okay. Let me start with my name.
Okay.
My name is Wetu,
Yeah.
like he said,
Yes.
like you said. Wetu Ngobamanzi.
All right.
Um I am or I am a chef by profession.
Okay.
Although I did explore diverse into other businesses, but
Okay.
my main interest, my passion is chefing.
Okay.
I was born in Botswana.
Okay.
I'm from a South African heritage.
I can tell your first name way too sounds very closer.
Yeah.
Your middle name or maiden surname
Yes.
Ngobo is
Mhm.
very Zulu.
Mhm.
And Amanzi could also be a South African name, but you clarify
Different
that, yeah.
spelling but same meaning.
Correct, yes.
Yes.
Okay.
So I was born and bred
Yeah.
in Gaborone.
Okay.
In fact, I don't know if anybody knows Princess Marina Hospital. It's probably one of the oldest hospitals in the world, for all I know.
Okay. I was
So,
actually there today.
oh,
Yes.
okay.
All right.
So
Carry on.
I was born and bred here in Gaborone.
Yes.
Um, I don't know whether to say culturally I'm of a Zulu heritage because of my father, because
Okay.
I want to believe that us Africans,
Yeah, we lean on the
we
father's side.
lean on the father's culture.
Right.
Yes.
Yes.
I'm a young woman,
All right.
age 42.
Okay. You are the
And
first woman to give their age on a public
oh
platform,
wow.
yes.
So I will, yeah, so that's a little bit about my background. I'm born and bred here.
Yeah.
My parents are originally South African.
Okay.
They were born and raised in South Africa.
Okay.
They basically settled in Botswana. Well, my mother came here with her parents when she was
Okay.
still young. I think my mother was only about 12 years old
Okay.
when she came to Botswana,
Yeah.
relocating with her parents.
Okay.
I think as, we grow up, we
Yeah.
meet men.
Yeah.
I think at some point she fell in love with this Zulu boy.
Yeah, that
and
is.
there was some chemistry going on there, and then
Mhm.
then we were born because
Okay.
I'm one of 5 siblings.
Wow, beautiful.
Yeah.
Isn't it strange or a coincidence that your dad left SA,
Mhm.
your mom also left South Africa. They left
She
as
left unwillingly.
Yeah.
She had no choice but to
Okay.
be with her parents. But my dad left willingly.
I see.
In
And then the two of them still came together on a foreign land.
yes,
Okay. Now
2
let's
different people from 2 cultures.
Yes. Your mom, is she also Zulu?
No,
Okay.
my mom comes from a colored heritage,
Okay. All right.
but I don't know how to explain it in words. Should I say they've adopted what they call Bakata culture.
Okay.
They were accepted. You know, when you live in a village and
Yes.
I'm talking like generations ago. I don't know what stress they had or what they were going through,
Okay.
100 years ago. But
Right.
but yeah, she came to Botswana, or rather, her father probably came here as an expat,
Okay.
settled, and eventually
Became
became a
a
Motswana.
okay.
And so she's from the Bakatla tribe,
Okay.
not originally,
Okay.
but because she's, I think, second generation or
Okay.
third, probably second or third generation. I don't have my facts straight.
Okay.
Probably third generation in Botswana of.
So have you guys, and I mean your
Mhm.
family, have you guys been accepted in Botswana?
Yes,
Okay.
yes.
You don't have any, you don't feel any sense of being
Mi-
discriminated
or
upon because
misplaced or displaced.
yeah. Do you have any of that? No.
Nope.
That's wonderful. I think Africans should be able to feel free wherever they are in Africa
Mm,
and be accepted in the new communities where they find themselves. Don't you think so?
true story.
All right.
I'm just thinking to myself, like, it's what Botswana like to say. They like to say, there's a saying that Botswana like to say, "Re kopa boroko."
Okay.
We're looking for
Recopa
some.
Boroko.
Hey, we're
Okay.
looking for somewhere to lay our heads. Now
Okay.
put yourself maybe 100 or 200 years ago, or 80 years ago.
Yeah.
You come from DRC.
Cameroon.
Sorry, from Cameroon. My apologies.
Yes.
Um, and you want to settle with your family.
Right.
You extend your family and your extended family in this village because you have nowhere else to go, and
Yes.
the people embrace you.
Yeah.
Before you know it, you're a Motswana yourself.
Okay.
So it's just one of those. I guess it's just one of those things.
No, but it is beautiful.
It's just one of those things.
Yeah.
So
Let's
we're,
talk
we're
about
naturalized.
let's
That's
talk
the word I'm
about
looking
yeah,
for. We're naturalized. Yeah.
correct. Let's talk
Hmm.
about chefing. Um,
Yes.
what
Oh,
is
please, Dad.
your
Hmm.
you just mentioned that you are a chef by profession, right?
Yes.
What is your experience in this field? What have you covered so far? What have you done?
Hmm. Well, it all started in my young teenagehood. I think I was about 13 or 14 years old.
Okay.
Let's say 13. I've always had a passion for food.
Okay.
Not only do I like to eat it,
I was gonna ask
but
that.
because I like to eat it, I had to
Yeah.
learn how to make it.
Okay.
So if you're somebody that likes food, you may as well just learn how to cook it.
I agree.
So that's
Some applies for
so
all the other things.
you know. So it started at the age of 13, where I don't know what it was. I don't know what hit me. I think what did hit me was my mom.
Okay.
She was always cooking.
Okay.
Every time I saw my mom, she was cooking. Cooking is not her career, but she was always cooking,
She was cooking for the family.
and she was cooking some good food.
Okay.
So I think just that she planted that taste in me of just liking food.
Okay.
And what I observed growing up is she always wanted the best out of the pot. Like
Okay.
she didn't just cook because she needs to feed her family. She had her standards.
Okay.
She had her ways of,
All right.
I
Yeah.
think she probably had a passion too, but she just
Okay.
didn't go as far as.
Like the first question I asked you,
Uh-huh.
what have you,
Covered.
yeah, what have you covered
So
in this area of,
when I was 13, that was Form 1.
yeah,
When I did my Form 4,
yes,
I the school that I went to, which was St. Anne's Diocesan Girls College, was an Anglican school.
okay,
So they have what they call a career program.
yes,
Like before you finish your matric qualification, you have to sort of kind of decide what you're interested in and what you want to do in varsity,
okay,
etc., etc.
yeah,
So we were given 2 weeks off school to go and venture and research and sort of find ourselves in whatever market, whatever country. The school just gave us 2 weeks off to say, guys, you're writing your matric exams in a year.
yeah,
We don't want students that don't know where they're going.
yes,
you know,
okay,
we don't know. We they were just trying to sort of create some kind of empowerment. should I
Okay.
call it?
Yeah.
So I did 2 weeks in an Indian restaurant. It's a very well known and locally, it's a very well known catering company. It started off as a restaurant, but of course over the years grew into a big catering company. It's called the Mogul.
Okay.
I'm sure if Botswana are watching this, they will know.
Okay.
They will know what I'm talking about.
Botswana, I hope you guys are watching.
Or remember
and-
the Mogul.
Okay.
Yes.
All right. Does it still exist?
Maybe the catering company. I'm not sure about their restaurants. I know
Okay.
they even went. They're the same people owned a hotel as well,
Okay.
but they had restaurants running in and
Yeah.
around town.
And at this time, you were 13.
This time, no, this was later. My interest started at 13,
Oh, okay.
where I started studying home economics at school and
Okay.
all that.
Yeah.
And then my actual first experience, professional experience with food,
Yeah.
I was 16,
Okay.
where I had 2 weeks working understudying other chefs.
Okay.
But it was particularly Indian cuisine.
Okay.
Yeah.
So is that would you say the area where you excel in very well Indian cuisine?
No.
Okay.
The area that I excel in, I would say French.
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 What is French cuisine? If you can help some of us to understand that.
It's ooh. I'm gonna be a bit silly. They cook with a lot of alcohol. They
Okay.
love cooking with alcohol.
I don't think that's a problem.
Well,
So, but when they cook with alcohol,
well-
does it make
I think maybe I stick to French cuisine.
okay?
It's I would describe it as being very cultural, traditional.
Okay.
Also, the school that I went to
Mm,
was mainly understudying European, but particularly French cuisine.
okay.
Because I think, with French cuisine, I think they focus on all aspects of. They have a way of, I don't know how to explain it. They focus on all the elements of cooking
Okay. Are you referring to element of
in
cooking
terms of skill.
okay,
Yeah.
not nutrition, not diet, not
That too,
okay.
because it just depends.
Okay.
They have very few dishes that are cooked lengthily,
Okay.
unless you're making things like stocks or. But their cuisine is very nutrition
Okay.
good. Um,
Okay.
and
So
also the technique. The technique.
Okay.
I think French cuisine is more based on technique,
yeah.
cleanliness, technique. I
Okay.
find that their cuisine is the way it's prepared is very tidy.
Okay.
It has a very short cooking time,
Yeah.
which makes it more manageable.
Okay.
And the presentation is wow.
Okay.
The taste is wow, with or
Okay.
without the alcohol.
Yes.
They make brilliant pastries.
Okay.
I'm not a great pastry chef, so anybody who's listening right now, please don't. I can bake, but
Don't ask me
I don't
for.
particularly. It's not my passion.
Okay.
Baking is not for me.
All right. So you evolved. You evolved from that stage.
From Indian, I started. That was my first experience,
Yes.
like the Indian cuisine, working under very crazy Indian chefs.
Okay.
The pressure, the culture shock, everything.
Yeah.
Yeah, but I mean, I think every cuisine, if it's placed in the right hands,
Yeah.
has potential. If that makes any
Absolutely.
sense, whether it's
Yeah.
Indian, French.
Okay.
I'm just, sort of favoring the French because that is what I made. That was my foundation. That was my
Okay.
professional basis, French cuisine.
Okay. Everyone
Although I
in
diverse to other things.
yeah,
Mhm.
everyone in Botswana, when you ask them for a traditional meal,
Hmm.
the first thing they all refer to would be sessoir. The sessoir.
Yes.
Is this something you can also prepare and get it to come out as delicious as everyone speaks about?
You can look. I guess every culture has, what I've observed with cultural dishes.
Yeah.
The locals, excuse me, the locals like it being prepared in a certain way.
Right.
So you don't want to take it away from that. You
Yeah.
still
Especially
need
that element of
the element
yeah.
of local, that element
Yes.
of local, that element of tradition. You don't want to kill that,
Correct.
but you can come in with your creativity.
Yes.
without taking away the element,
Yes.
as you
Yes.
call it.
The element.
You can say,
It is the element.
you
We
see,
can't take that out.
so you can still, yeah, you can't take that out, but I
Mm.
mean, it also it also depends on the kind of market you're trying to target.
Yeah.
um if you don't mind me, I'll just use a quick example. I lived in Thailand for 7 months,
Okay.
and I have to be honestly say that my favorite food was the street food.
I love street food.
Yes,
Yeah.
because it's cooked. I don't know how they do it, these
Yeah.
mamas and papas, but you just, it just tastes awesome.
I know.
The raw
I know.
element,
Yeah.
and then you can
And
have
and
it.
just to let you know,
Mm,
I actually live here
hmm.
and I go to the bus rank in
Yes,
a rail park.
yes,
There is a mama that is selling at the back of that rank
traditional.
traditional food,
Uh-huh.
and I make sure I make a stop there every
You
morning.
see,
There is always a queue.
you
But
see.
I told her, I think the second day I arrived, I said, I can promise you I will always come here. Just keep
Mm,
my plate. I don't want to stand in this queue.
yeah,
And she has since kept that for me.
you see.
Yeah, because it just,
There's
I don't know what
something
she does,
about
but
it.
it's so good.
Because I honestly, the 7 months I was in Thailand, this is just an example.
Yeah,
Um, every morning when I went to work,
yeah.
I would stop at, there was this woman with they have in Asia, they have these trolleys.
Okay,
The trolleys, and she's got a hot pot
right.
on the trolley, and as you're placing the order, she's throwing everything in hot water, and she's literally preparing it.
Yeah,
The noodles, the egg, whatever you want.
okay,
She's literally preparing it as you're
okay,
talking, and within 8-10 minutes it's done
okay.
whilst you're talking.
All
So,
right.
um, so
Just as Africa, we are speaking to Weitu, Ngobo, Kamanzi, and again we are in Gaborone. As you know, we go around the continent and we talk to amazing people. We source the best talent in different fields. Please do remember to subscribe, to like, and to share the channel so you can always see wonderful people like this. And also, do not forget to subscribe because that's we have realized that a lot of you enjoy this content, but you end up not subscribing. So the only way we can grow our viewership and to meet amazing people like this would be to subscribe to the channel. So yeah, where are you currently on this journey of
of
being a chef?
chefing.
Yeah, of
Cur-
chefing. I like that word.
well, it's slang. It's,
Yeah,
it's not exactly the
I am
most
adopt.
professional of
I am
terminologies.
adopting that slang.
Wow. Currently, my life, my standing on my feet life,
Yes,
and my lower back pains.
yes.
No, because standing, I mean, the reality is that you work.
Yeah,
You work and you work.
right.
And the hours, hospitality hours, are very long.
Okay,
Um, Currently, I'm doing private functions
okay,
and consultancy jobs.
okay,
I'm more into consultancy than being stuck in a kitchen for 13 hours
okay.
per day. Even not that I mind being in the kitchen for 13 hours,
All
16
right.
hours per day.
Okay,
It's just that, unfortunately, well, no, let me not say unfortunately.
okay.
Fortunately,
Yes.
at some point of my life, I got married.
Okay,
I have 2 kids.
okay.
So I think time wise, in terms of manageability and just, you know,
Yeah.
yeah, manageability and being able to balance
Yes.
being a wife, a mother, and career, I had to find something that I'm still passionate about,
Right.
but it doesn't take away from my family time.
Okay.
So I'm working that balance. So I'm only doing private functions on request.
On request.
On request.
Okay. So and
Mm-hmm.
by private functions, what are you exactly referring to so that our viewers
Yes,
both in
can know what I'm up
in
to.
Botswana, in Africa can
Uh,
understand what you're referring to.
when we say private functions,
Yeah.
we're talking about anything from corporate
Yes.
to school events
Yeah.
to, yeah,
Weddings.
weddings.
Yeah.
Um, and of course, it's I like to be very unique and particular.
Okay.
I would refer, like, I would call it selling packages.
Okay.
I like to consult my clients. I don't just do things because everybody's doing them.
Yeah.
I like it to be unique. I like it to be your special moment. Let me fulfill your dreams
Okay.
type situation.
Yeah.
Um, I try to avoid that whole copycat thing. Oh, the guy next door is cooking this, so I'm gonna cook it. No.
Yes. Yes.
So I try to give my clients the best experience,
Okay.
something that they've been looking for,
Right.
and I try my best to sort of stay in line with that. And of course,
Absolutely.
yes, you have the whole jibber jabber of watching your costs, watching this, watching that.
Yeah.
But that's another business conversation for another day. Otherwise, we'll
Okay.
never finish.
All right.
Mhm.
I interviewed a chef, also a professional chef, just before I came to Botswana. He's
Mhm.
based in Cape Town.
Oh, nice.
Yeah.
Mhm.
Ntutuzeli. He's actually a Zulu as well,
Oh,
but he
okay.
lives in Cape Town. He just
Mhm.
came back from a cruise. He was working on a cruise ship as well. And one of the things that he's currently doing in Cape Town is also private chefing. But
Mm.
it's it's for events, but he also does that for people that can afford at home.
Mm.
So people that just need someone to come in and prepare a meal for their families or for
Mhm.
a small occasion of say 5 to 10 people. Is that something you
Yeah,
also do?
most definitely.
Okay.
Actually, I work on a minimum of 10
Okay.
because now when you look at the reality of costing,
Yeah.
less than 10 people,
Okay.
yeah, it's something that you have to sort of weigh out
Okay.
and see if it's actually worth
Yeah.
is it worth for the client to make that trip? Is it worth charging that client so much money for 10 people
Right.
unless they're very willing and able to do it?
Okay.
So I just deal with a minimum of 10.
Okay. And should people that are
Between 10
watching
and 1,000.
and 1,000,
Yes,
because
depending.
that was going to be another question
Because
that I was going to
yeah.
ask you. Like, where do you draw the line? Where is your cut number, especially when it comes to events
Mhm.
where people might have an event? For example, the Indians that you mentioned,
Mhm.
when they have an occasion, for example, a wedding,
Mhm.
you will find they might have up to 1,500 people attending a wedding of
It
that nature.
happens.
So, is that something you will cater for?
Most definitely.
Okay. Um,
Because I don't think anybody will say no to that kind of money.
yeah, exactly.
Truth be told.
Exactly.
So I'll tell you what helps me manage,
Okay.
you know, in that regard. If I
Yes.
have a very large number of people,
Hmm.
it can get overwhelming. So what I learned to do so that I can remain focused and be able to manage the situation properly and
Yeah.
and give people, because at the end of the day you want your clients to be happy.
Yeah,
you
and also not compromise
the
the
quality,
quality, yeah,
yes.
of whatever you providing.
I outsource. When
Okay.
I'm the larger the number, I outsource. i
Okay.
don't i don't try to be a superhero and say no, I'm gonna bake everything and I'm gonna cook everything and I'm gonna fry everything and I'm
Right.
gonna decorate my hall myself.
Yes.
So if I'm working with a extremely unmanageable and large number,
Yeah.
yes, the money is great,
Yes.
but you still want, it's your image out there. You don't
Yes.
want to lose that client
Correct.
by being sloppy and untidy and yeah, not keeping
Yeah.
not sticking to protocols, etc. So I outsource.
Okay.
So maybe I'll outsource a bakery,
Okay.
I'll outsource a meat supplier, I'll outsource a deco company,
Okay.
and sort of partner with them for that particular event.
Correct. Just to
Um,
ensure it's a success, and
exactly. And then
yeah.
I just mainly focus on my kitchen team.
Right.
Yeah.
So
Knowing,
and
and then what I do is I just make sure that I also do follow ups with those people to make sure that
yes,
whatever
yes.
decor or whatever music sound systems they're using, whatever it is in line with my
It
client's
with your
requests.
and also with your brand,
Because
your
now,
standard.
yes, because now contracting other people,
Yes.
at the end of the day, the reality is that it's your
Correct.
company and your image on the line. So you have
Correct.
to make sure that you outsource people that are actually reliable and are
Absolutely.
doing doing exactly what your client
Yeah.
is
Asked
requesting
for.
them to do. Yeah.
Yes. So and also you just
Mhm.
mentioned that you're a mother of 2 kids, right?
Yeah.
So so my
Two
next
screaming
question
toddlers.
so my next question would be how far would you go? Should you
Hmm.
have an order for an occasion, an event that is outside the borders of Botswana?
How far would I go?
Yeah. Let's say, for example, someone in Mozambique is listening to this. Some millionaire in Mozambique, or some guy that just wants to get married in Uganda,
Or on a boat,
or on a boat.
because we handle such crazy things like
Right.
that as well. Maybe he wants to get married in a plane,
You know,
on
one
a
of those things.
spaceship.
There we go. And they're thinking, wow, I listened to this lady on the Unique to Africa channel,
Uh,
and I think she's amazing. She just doesn't bring food, you know, she also brings in life into the whole, you know,
yeah.
setup and stuff that they plan to do.
Uh-huh.
Would you consider taking that step to go and chef
Hmm.
out of your borders?
I will say if the order is placed in time,
Okay,
because now if it's off borders, well, one, I need to travel,
okay,
get myself affiliated with suppliers or stockists
in the area.
in that area.
Yeah,
Check my surroundings, check the reliable bakery man,
yeah,
baker man,
yes,
sorry, check good meat supplies, seafood supplies, depending on the menu that I'm working on with those particular people. So I would have to actually, before, maybe even months,
yeah,
weeks before the event, I would actually have to go there physically
right,
to affiliate myself with
yes,
the local suppliers, because
yeah.
I can't exactly carry rotten food over the border. So I would do it. I would do it.
But Botswana has very good meat. I mean, everyone talks
Yes.
about it, and I've also been privileged to taste it. I
Mm.
think it will be nice.
To actually carry that.
Of
Well,
course.
that's if they let me cross the border with it.
Well, you just need the paperwork done. But
Do
anyway,
you know? We'll reach it when we get there.
Right.
We'll negotiate with the officer when we get there. No, I would do it.
Okay.
I mean, everybody's doing it.
Yeah.
I mean, if famous stars can go and perform in Australia,
That's what I'm
or
talking about.
Europe or whatever,
Yeah. Why
you
would you
can
not
do
go
it.
to?
No, the sky's the limit, I think.
All right.
As long as you're organized, you're
Yeah.
well organized, you're well planned, and you've been given enough time.
Yes.
Because I find that with last minute preparation,
Yes.
you might even find that you don't even have the finances
Correct.
to sort of create that dream for that client.
Yes.
So you'd rather, yeah,
Okay.
proper prior planning
Okay.
prevents poor, pathetic performance.
Oh wow. Can you say
So-
that again? Proper prior planning prevents
poor,
poor
pathetic performance.
That's
So
7
if it's
Ps.
planned well, it can go anywhere.
Okay.
Even if you stuck 7 chefs on an island
Yes.
for a month, I'm sure we can cook,
Yeah.
as long as we have a gas burner,
All right.
a few pans, a few good knives,
Okay.
some good veggies and meat. I'm sure
Yes.
we
Yeah.
can cook a storm. You
No-
just have
no-
to be well planned.
Right.
That's all. Yeah.
Now,
Very
now
well planned.
besides this
Mhm.
channel, we do have a website
Mhm.
where we advertise the services of the people that we speak to.
Okay.
It's uniquetoafrica.co.za.
Okay.
But besides that, if clients want to reach out to you personally, how can they do that?
Wow.
Is there a number that they can reach out to you, an email, so we can have it displayed on the screen if they want to reach out to you personally and say, hey, we would like to. Yeah.
Okay. Would like to try your services.
Yeah.
I can, for the time being.
Yes.
At the moment, I'm not on Instagram.
Okay.
I am not on Facebook,
Okay.
but I can give my direct app
Okay.
and then take it from there. Unfortunately, I had to change my Instagram account because somebody hacked it. That was
Okay.
not nice.
All right.
So I'm pretty much having to start a couple of things from scratch.
Okay.
Yeah.
Well, we have a website, like I said earlier.
Yes.
And people that come on the site and look for numbers, they are verified. So you will have to go through a series of processes to be able
Okay.
to get hold of that person. So
Right.
but this is something we will discuss off
off
air,
air, yeah.
so that we can get the technicalities around it and then have you also feature there, so that
Okay.
you don't miss the opportunity should it come knocking.
Mhm.
Right? So people can also reach out to you.
Okay.
All right. So the next thing would be as we go around Africa, and the
Hmm.
target is to touch all 54 countries in Africa.
Wow. You are so brave.
It is kind of, it's a blind bravery, but come on, we have to do it. Someone has to do it, right?
Right.
I think there are a few
There's
people
always
that are
that
doing it
one guy out of
already.
100, and
Yeah.
that's you.
There's a couple of people doing it, but they all have their different reasons why they're doing
Yeah.
it. But what I wanted to say was,
Hmm.
we as we go around, we're also looking for challenges, right?
Right. Hmm.
Where we can come to a place where Africans, either of the same profession or
Hmm.
different profession,
Right.
they meet in a specific country in Africa at a
Yes.
specific time for a specific reason.
Ooh.
So I always
Almost like a
throw,
convention.
yes.
Yes.
So I always throw this out to my guests,
Hmm.
to find out from them what can they possibly suggest. So if we have to invite people to come to Botswana,
Hmm.
what kind of challenge can we have for them? One that will
Hmm.
bring them in, that will actually motivate them to want to come, and something that they can also not just learn something new from, but
Hmm.
also win a prize, an award. So more of a competition.
Right.
It can be in your field, but we need to have an idea that we will again sit and develop it.
Okay.
So off the hook, can you think of something that you can suggest that Africans can do in Botswana?
Yes, I've already thought of it,
Wow, that was quick.
and I will do a follow up and
Okay,
get back to you.
all right.
Something that Botswana didn't have before,
Yes.
because I graduated my chefing qualification in 2005.
Okay.
That was a couple of years ago.
Yeah.
For years, I struggled to find, I wouldn't say formal employment, satisfactory employment. I
Okay.
never really, I moved from pillar to post. Sometimes I'd be stuck as a branch manager for a retail franchise. Sometimes I'd be stuck as, I didn't get the whole hands-on experience when I left school. When I
Okay.
came to Botswana, it wasn't. Yes, chefs were there,
Yeah.
but a lot of them were imported chefs,
Okay.
German chefs, French chefs, because our culture hadn't yet
Yes.
sort of engaged in that
Right.
kind of thing. Although there were some of us hidden chefs in the market somewhere,
Yes.
just waiting for opportunities. So what we have now is Botswana Chef Association.
Okay.
Those are the people that I honestly think that I would talk to in
Okay.
terms of embracing that kind of event or get
Okay.
together, or
I am actually glad
you
to hear
know
that there is
yeah,
a,
Botswana Chef Association.
yes.
Yes,
Okay.
and it was not always there, and when
Okay.
they started it, I was like, oh, thank you. Finally, people that understand that this is an art.
Yes.
It's not
Yeah.
just about cooking. It's an art.
Correct.
It's a passion,
Yes.
and it's just like painting. I think
Okay.
for me, food is like a painting.
Yes.
Only difference is that you're not using ink and a brush, but it's an art. It's the
Yeah.
same thing.
Okay.
Yeah, it just requires
The
creativity.
people that I speak to
You,
that are in your trade, when they
uh-huh.
talk about food, they are so
So we're on
passionate about.
fire. We're burning.
Well, you should
We're
listen
burning.
to Tu's interview or the
Yeah.
conversation we had. Listen to how he speaks about food. Sometimes you just go hungry.
Sure. I'm hungry right now. Like I could eat all day. Like I could literally sit on my on my tush all day and
You
just
know.
nibble.
All
But
right.
yeah, so that is one platform that I could
Yes.
possibly arrange
Okay.
on an international basis.
Right.
Yeah. And we can work out some kind of event that will favor all countries,
Yes.
favor the purpose,
Yes.
and yeah, I
So
think
so yeah. So what
it's
we'll do
it's
is, as I go around,
mhm,
I'll engage different stakeholders, and
yes,
I'll also stay in contact with you.
yes,
So
and I will
what? Yeah.
liaise with the
Yeah. The
people that are
association.
directing
Yes.
the association.
So if we can come up with something that can
Mm-hmm.
maybe benefit chefs in Africa,
Mm-hmm.
and have something almost like a conference
Mm-hmm.
where we will run almost like a competition of
Mm-hmm.
maybe different dishes. So we'll just create a criteria that we can follow and see
Mm-hmm.
who comes emerges as a winner and stuff
Yeah.
like that. So those are one of the things that I'm trying. The purpose of this, number one, is to also um, put people in the spotlight.
Mm.
People that don't have enough exposure. This will be a platform where they can be seen, but also it encourages Africans to travel around the continent, because a lot of us, we are so comfortable in our own homes, which will mean our countries, and we don't
Mm-hmm.
want to travel and see what is happening next door. So that gives other Africans the opportunity to travel.
True story. And not only that, sorry, can I just throw something in?
Please do, by
My
all
my
means.
my five tebe.
Your five,
My
I like
five
that.
tebe.
And by the way, when you guys say 5 cents,
Yeah,
in Botswana it's
it's
five
five
tebe.
tebe.
So
Let me throw in my five tebe.
yeah,
I realized that there's so many people out there who are passionate about cooking,
right.
and there's so many people out there who can cook,
Yes,
but didn't have the opportunity to, or the privilege to go to school like the
right.
rest of us did.
Yes,
I would also, I've been observing. The reason why I sort of want to go into, well, I'm in consultancy.
yes,
I realized that a lot of businesses are struggling because the owners or the chefs are lacking skills. So really it boils down to skill, storage.
yeah,
It's not just about whipping out the onion and
yes, yeah.
throwing in the it's not
Tomatoes and
just with
salt.
the
That is my
when I
type of
say
cooking.
skill, I don't mean skills that you have to go to school for,
Yeah,
but just simple techniques that will just enhance
right.
your dish or enhance whatever it is that you're currently doing.
Okay,
Yeah.
okay.
Like you said you had that mama who's selling traditional
Yes,
food.
yes, yes. I think she got that from
If I
her
could
mom
just
as well.
yes, but if I could just sit with her for 20 minutes and be like, oh,
Right.
you know,
Yes,
it would just, it makes such a world of difference.
that is true.
I mean, yes, I can call myself a chef by profession,
Yeah.
but I don't know everything about chefing. I'm still
No, no,
learning. I'm
absolutely.
still
Yeah,
learning.
we
I'm
learn every
still to
day.
study other people's cuisines.
Yeah.
Um,
I am still
we're
learning how to
yeah,
ask questions to my guests. So learning never stops.
true story.
Yeah.
This is my first chefing interview ever, and I don't wanna lie, crowd. I'm so nervous. I'm just like, I can't even hear myself speak.
Yeah,
I'm just like, what? I'm so nervous.
it's a journey of
Wow.
experience. So
Yeah.
you master it as you go along.
You see.
Now, this question I ask every entrepreneur.
Okay.
So
Okay. Uh,
there are lots of people in Botswana
uh-huh.
and also in Africa
Mhm.
and in the diaspora,
Yeah.
Africans in the diaspora who
Mhm.
are looking to relocate to
Oh.
Africa.
Mm.
And I know that SADC is one
Mhm.
of the areas where they would love to relocate to.
Yes.
Now, these people, they want to invest or start something,
Okay.
and you have a skill. You are a citizen of the country, so that comes
Mhm.
with certain privileges.
Yes.
Um, would you be open to someone reaching out to you to invest in your skills? For example, starting something in Gaborone,
Mhm.
um,
Even
in,
outside,
or even
any
outside
other viable place in Botswana.
in Botswana, yeah, and for a partnership deal or for an investment. And
Mhm.
and if that is the case, if the answer is yes,
Mhm.
what can you sell to them that would be attractive and give them reason to want to come to Botswana and invest in your venture?
Hmm. I don't think that's too much of a difficult question.
Okay.
I think for me,
I am glad it's not
anybody.
difficult.
No, you know
Yes.
why? I'm gonna be so real. Hey.
Yeah.
Um. Word number one: integrity.
Yes.
Are you dealing with a person of integrity? If somebody is going to invest in me, of course he or she or them
Yeah.
have to come on the basis of trust.
Right.
Yeah, you honestly don't want to travel halfway across the world to just go and be ripped off
Yes.
by some fake or some.
Wannabe.
Let's get real.
Yeah.
Let's get real.
Yeah.
You're investing
Yes.
with an expectation of proceeds,
Yeah. Good returns and
good
all that.
returns.
Yeah.
So for me, it always boils down to trust.
Yeah.
myself as the service provider,
Yes.
integrity.
Yeah.
Thank God I know how to manage people because I have that experience as well. I've worked with teams, I've managed teams rather.
Okay.
So, and also discipline.
Yeah.
You want somebody who's reliable. You don't want to be shooting videos in the UK.
Yes.
And then next thing you hear that your building burned down in Botswana,
You know. And
Why did it burn
you
down?
get this phone call. It's like,
You,
hey, listen,
all 3 floors.
on fire.
Dude.
Can you please make your way this side?
So for me, it's integrity, trust,
Yeah.
reliability,
Yes.
discipline, passion,
Yeah.
passion.
Yes.
Love what you do, love
Okay.
what you do. It's nice to be in a career where you you don't get tired of waking up every morning, whether you're tired or not.
Yeah.
Um, to be honest, I've never had a dull moment.
Okay. I can
Chefing.
tell. And I think the
I
viewers can also
I have never
tell.
had a dull moment.
Yeah.
And I don't mean this boastfully.
Yes.
I've also never had a customer complaint.
Okay.
Like none. Like
Well,
to this
the customers are watching. Some of your
maybe a
customers.
change of an ingredient on the plate.
Yeah.
But not something that has made me crash and burn.
Okay.
I think because I don't know whether it's a weakness or a strength. I think because I'm a bit of a perfectionist.
Okay.
Some people call it OCD.
Yes.
I don't know how much OCD I have.
Okay.
I don't like calling it a perfectionist. I
Yeah.
just like things that are orderly, things that are done right,
Yeah.
things that are manageable. And yeah, when things are manageable, you can enjoy it because it's
Okay.
manageable.
All right.
So I don't know. I hope I'm making sense.
Well,
But yeah,
well, in terms of
uh-huh,
an investor wanting to come in, they want to put money into something that
that
an
I'm
idea that
currently
you
doing,
have, yeah.
yes.
How can you? What do you have in mind? Is it? Would you like to expand the private chefing that you're doing, or would you like to have an establishment where they can actually invest in, where you have walk-in customers, where you have delivery services, where you
Hmm.
have takeaways, and all those different. Do you have any such idea in mind that you can put out there so that people that are listening and looking to come to Botswana,
Okay.
they can say, okay, I'm ready. Can we start?
I would actually, to be honest,
Yes.
and I'm being very silly right now.
Okay.
I I don't see myself still standing on my feet at 60.
Okay. At
Maybe I can
60.
push it till 55, but
All right.
this industry has its health setbacks
Yeah.
because of the amount of hours that you put
Mm.
in, the issues and the aches and the back pains and the knee pains. And
Right.
um I would actually, at this point, at my age,
Yeah.
at this point in my career,
Yeah.
I call myself on my way out. Maybe it's another 5, 10 years. I don't know, maybe less. I would actually start working on empowerment, training institutions.
Okay.
Hmm.
That is
Just,
also something
yeah,
good.
I would go, for me right now, I would go into empowerment,
Okay.
self empowerment, training institutions where you supply different courses,
Yes.
anything from domestic to professional.
Okay.
Yeah,
All right.
yeah, just brushing up of skills.
Okay.
And yes, there's also the element of science
Okay.
because cooking does have its element of science.
Correct. Yeah.
There's biology,
Yes.
there's storage, it's broad.
Yeah.
There's even a food and beverage side, or rather,
Correct.
let's just say beverage,
Mm.
where different types of alcohol go with certain types of foods.
Yeah.
Um, it's all about the palate.
In your years
It's
of
all about
experience,
the
yeah, I
palate.
I, I know.
So for me, at this stage in my
Yeah.
career, I'm
Yes.
I'm not gonna try to be a superstar,
Okay.
but I am definitely willing to share my gift.
Okay.
I'm definitely willing to empower anybody,
Okay.
whether young or old.
All
I'm
right.
I'm at a stage where I'm like, this is time for me to share my gift,
All right.
give it away.
Mm-hmm.
so that I can have a peaceful retirement in 10 years' time.
Once more, you are watching Unique to Africa. We bring you, like I say, all the time, the best minds, very interesting interviews, wonderful
Are we
people.
really the best minds?
We are the best minds. And please do remember to subscribe, do remember to share, like, and invite your families, friends who have something to share. If they have businesses that they want to give exposures to, we are here for Africans to promote their businesses and to show the different cultures that exist in Africa. So one last question to Way to would be, in your experience in the chefing industry, did you ever come up with your own unique dish or a specific type of spice or sauce that you would like to have it now bottled or sold to Africans? Is there anything you don't have to have had one, but if you did,
I did.
let us know.
I did. At some point of my life, I owned a food delivery business.
Okay.
Then I created what I called my signature sauces.
Okay.
I haven't had them bottled.
Okay.
I do make them from scratch.
Right.
I will not tell you the ingredients because it's my secret. Yes, I did create sauces. I've created a lot of signature sauces.
Okay.
I haven't gone into the science of figuring out what preservative goes with what, all the technical scientific details. I haven't gone that far.
You see, the reason I bring these things up is you will have people that want to,
and that that's where the partnerships come in, because now you have to engage. I do the cooking.
Yeah.
I engage a chemist, as they call them, for the preservation process.
Right.
Then you engage a guy for packaging. So it's not, and you engage a guy for printing.
Yeah. It's a whole lot of different. Yes.
So yes, I do have signature sauces.
Okay. All right, and you are willing to partnership in that area?
Yes.
Well, we will have your details. Like I said, we will get to all the technicalities of how people can reach out to you and all that.
Yeah, and also I will be filming. Yeah. God willing. Possibly within the week, not this week, but the coming week, filming a few demos. Okay. Nothing major. Right. Because to be honest, I'm not trying to give out my secret recipes, but I am in the mood for experimenting with certain foods. Okay. You earlier mentioned traditional foods. Right. I have just created a recipe. Okay. Which I'm going to try. Okay. In the hope that it favors that flavor. Okay. Of traditional food and does not take away the originality, the originality of that traditional food. Right. I'm trying to merge pastries. Yes. Crusts. What other people call crust pastries with traditional meats. Okay. As to how it'll go, you get your standard spa pie, siswa pie, steak and kidney, whatever. Right. But now I want strictly traditional meats. Yes. Meats that are cooked in a traditional manner. Yes. Then merge them with my pastry of choice, and just experiment. Yeah. Things we experiment. That's what we do as chefs. Absolutely. We
try different things.
We chop it, grate it, cut it, stand on it, flush it down the toilet. We do also.
I agree. Until you get to that real taste the palate. Anyway, we are rounding up with Way 2, and we will be seeing her again. She's going to do a demo for us in the week coming, and we will make sure that you see some of her culinary skills, and she will also be reachable. We will have those details on our website as soon as we have discussed those things with her. Thank you for watching Unique to Africa, and please do stay tuned to the channel. We are going to give her a chance to say something to our viewers before we round up. So is there anything you'd like to add, anything you'd like to say before we round up?
I just want to say to all chefs, don't be fooled by the nails. These are not allowed. Yes. They're not even allowed in my kitchen. Right. This was just me rushing to an interview. Rushing to an interview after having a function. Right. So please, chefs, we don't, girls, ladies, please don't be, I'm not a fake chef. Don't be fooled by the nails. They will come off. And I promise you I will not do my demos with tips. Yeah. No. That I do not do. All right. Way 2, thank you so much for talking to us. Time. And we wish you the very best. Thank you. And
with the family, with your husband, with the kids,
Uh,
and your career. And thank you for talking to Unique to Africa. And please do not forget to subscribe.
okay.
All right.
Subscribe.